now you say you do things interesting now that you're here. So are you doing like work here now?
Yes, I am. I've been working as an English conversation teacher for a number of months at 2 or 3 different places in Nagano City.
So you're retired, but you're keeping busy by doing some jobs.
I am. And we're also keeping busy with a new house build.
Oh, you're building a new house.
We are, yes. We've bought some land and we're going to have a new house to move into at the end of this year.
Hello. Welcome to the Easy English Interviews Podcast, Season 2. My name is Chris Kent. I'm an Associate Professor of English as a second language in Japan. This podcast has been created to give English students some easy and interesting listening practice. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the next interview. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 9. For today's podcast, I would like to focus on 2 things. For today's grammar point, please listen to the way Paul uses the present perfect tense to talk about his experience. In English, we use the present perfect to talk about things we have been doing. For example, someone might say, I've been teaching English for the last few months, like Paul does in the podcast. Or someone might say, I've been working at this company for 5 years now. Or, my wife and I have been married for 30 years. For the English usage point, I would like to just point out how Paul uses the word alternatively to give another option. Specifically, listen to what Paul says about studying English near the end of the podcast. For example, someone might say, you can study English by reading books about grammar. Alternatively, you can study English by meeting friends from overseas and having conversations with them. Finally, at the end of today's podcast, as usual for Season 2, listen to the comprehension questions and feel free to try to answer the questions in real time if you can. If you need to, write down the questions first and then listen again to practice answering. Okay, so let's get to it. Please enjoy today's Easy English interview. Okay, so today we have a new guest, someone that hasn't been on the podcast before. We're very lucky to have him. His name is Paul McMahon. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, hello everyone.
Okay. Well, Paul, I'm just going to ask you some easy questions, and please feel free to answer them as you feel. Okay. My first question is a very simple one, but maybe a long answer. When and why did you first come to Japan?
I first came to Japan in 1990. That was for 4 weeks with a group of young Australians, and they were members, and as was I, of the Australia-Japan Society. We did homestays, and it was a great experience. So 12 months later, I came back to Japan for 3 years. So I became interested in Japan and Japanese language and culture through my hobby, which is amateur radio.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so you said you came originally with a group doing homestays. Was that because of amateur radio, or was that something?
No, that was the Australia-Japan Society. They were making opportunities for young people available. So those that applied were able to be part of this tour, and I think the cost was very reasonable. And we had a guide who was with us. He was able to speak Japanese.
Okay.
He was actually an elderly guy from who had been in Japan after the Second World War, I believe.
Okay. So that first trip kind of sparked your interest in Japan.
It did. Yeah.
Okay.
Certainly.
And so then what were you doing in Australia before you came to Japan?
Okay. Yes, I was working in a number of jobs. Mm-hmm. One of them was real estate. Mm-hmm. Another was bus driving. Mm-hmm. I didn't really know what my niche was, mm-hmm. what I wanted to do with my life for work, but I knew I had a passion for wanting to learn Japanese and learn about Japan more mm-hmm. because of my hobby, which was the amateur radio. That was my passion then.
Okay, I see. So now that you've been in Japan, what are you doing in Japan now?
Yeah. Okay. Well, my wife Mayumi and I, we have been married for 29 years, and she and I basically retired mm-hmm. from our work in Australia.
Okay.
And we decided to move back to her hometown, which is Nakano.
Nakano.
Yeah. And that would give her an opportunity to see her family and friends more often. Mm-hmm. We have made many trips back visiting over the years, mm-hmm. but we both thought that from a stimulation perspective, that it would be a wonderful adventure and experience for us to move to Japan to retire, but of course retiring and doing nothing is not on most people's plans, and to be able to do something interesting is what both my wife and I are doing.
So now you say you do things interesting now that you're here. So are you doing like work here now?
Yes, I am. I've been working as an English conversation teacher for a number of months at 2 or 3 different places in Nagano City.
So you're retired, but you're keeping busy by doing some jobs.
I am. And we're also keeping busy with a new house build.
Oh, you're building a new house.
We are, yes. We've bought some land, and we're going to have a new house to move into at the end of this year.
Oh, very soon. Oh, that's excellent. That's exciting.
It is exciting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said that, you've been back and forth to Japan, with your wife a few times. So you must enjoy the culture here. So what parts of Japanese culture do you particularly like?
I enjoy the appreciation of the 4 seasons in Japan. Yeah, they're very important. Also, the food culture of Japan is really healthy and delicious. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite food?
I guess okonomiyaki would be one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. But sushi, the sushi vinegar rice is, along with the contents of sushi, makizushi, chirashi sushi, delicious. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, being close to the Sea of Japan, we get some good seafood here. Maybe not right in Nagano, but if you go to Niigata, and Ishikawa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything you find difficult about living in Japan?
I suppose parking.
Parking,
yeah, because it's hard to get free parking. So the industry of paying for your parking in Japan is pretty big, and it's understandable because there's not as much usable flat land.
Right.
And so it's all a premium. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's probably the same as Canada, where I'm from. There's so much land that every place you go has a big free parking lot.
Yeah.
But not so in Japan.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have, you mentioned your wife, but do you have any family, relatives or anyone in Japan?
I've only got my wife's family, but they've taken me into their family, and it's great to be able to meet and chat with them.
And do you speak with them in Japanese and English?
Yeah, actually, my wife's brother-in-law, he has been studying Zen Buddhism for many years.
Wow.
And he's also got an interest in English. So whenever Ichizo and I meet, we have a conversation in English.
Oh, great.
Which he enjoys, and so do I.
Yeah, it must be enjoyable for both of you.
Yeah.
Okay, my last question is, you said that you are doing conversation teaching, English conversation. So the people listening to this podcast are studying. So do you have any advice for them on how to study English more effectively?
Well, if you get the opportunity to spend some time in the country, native English speaking country, then to be forced, in a sense, to use your English every day is going to be good. It's going to push people to grow and improve with their English, living in the environment for a while, if possible. But alternatively, seek out ways and people that you're going to be able to practice your English with.
Right.
There is once a month in Nagano an English conversation evening. It's a discussion night, so there is a topic that's chosen, and someone will moderate the meeting. That can change from month to month.
Wow.
But it's a good opportunity for people interested in English and for foreigners to come and gather and discuss an interesting topic, and share their thoughts with each other and use their English. So that's a good thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess there are other through Facebook ways of getting involved with the English speaking communities in Nagano.
Right.
There are various activities that happen. So to maybe seek those activities.
Yeah, I think that's one of my. I think I agree with you mostly, because one of my ideas is that if you want to really get better at English, you need to be talking about something else, right? Instead of focusing on the language, you want to talk about a topic that maybe you and the other person are interested in. And as you're talking about that in English, you kind of don't notice that you're picking up new vocabulary, you're learning new grammar. And so it's fun and educational. So I think that's great advice.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Paul. This has been a great conversation, and hopefully we can maybe do this again in the future if you have more free time. But I just wanted to say thank you very much.
Thank you, and all the best to everyone. Yeah.
Here are the comprehension questions for today's podcast. Number 1. What year did Paul first come to Japan? Number 2. What was Paul's hobby? Number 3. What was one of the jobs that Paul did in Australia before he came to Japan? Number 4. How long have Paul and Mayumi been married for? Number 5. Where do Paul and his wife live now? Number 6. When are Paul and his wife moving into their new house? Number 7. Paul says he enjoys the appreciation of what in Japan? Number 8. What is Paul's favorite Japanese food? Number 9. What part of living in Japan does Paul feel is challenging? Number 10. What has Ichizo been studying for many years? Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview with Paul McMahon, and I would like to say thank you very much for listening. Also, I hope that you will try the comprehension questions when you have free time so you can check your listening ability in English. And please, if you would like to be notified by email whenever a new podcast is up, please become a subscriber at kjkentmsed.substack.com. That's kjkentmsed.substack.com. If you become a paid subscriber there, you can read transcripts of the interviews and check your comprehension answers. You can also check out Easy English interviews now on YouTube and purchase the textbook for Season 1 on Amazon. Alright, thank you again, and see you next time when we will speak with another interesting person. Bye-bye from Easy English Interviews.